All right, Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals predictions are off the books. Now let's roll into the NBA Finals for 2025. Now in the West, I already did have the Oklahoma City Thunder beating the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals in the 2025 series. And I believe that will go around 7 games. I expect OKC to be the number 1 seed once again and to have that home court advantage. Bring in Alex Caruso, bring in Isaiah Hartenstein, bring in some veteran experience within their team, and also the young guys getting that playoff experience from last year, going to the NBA Finals to go against the Boston Celtics, in which the last video I did have the Celtics going against the New York Knicks in pretty much a 6-game series in the Eastern Conference Finals 2025. Now, a pretty popular opinion, we do have the Thunder against the Boston Celtics. I know a lot of people are going to say the Boston Celtics are that quote-unquote powerhouse and top two defense and offense, which I get that. You know, you have a backcourt of Derek White and Drew Holiday, combo guards who are 6'4", 6'5", who are 3-and-D as your point guards, right? They're combo guards. They bring in that veteran experience. They're very quick, lateral movements. They can guard the perimeter with your guys. Then you have Jason Tatum. You will have Jaylen Brown as well, running the 3 and the 4. With Jaylen Brown at the 3, Jason Tatum at the 4 once again. Porzingis coming at the 5. Question marks I do have for Porzingis. Hopefully he can stay healthy. We did see last year in NBA's playoffs how that did hinder Porzingis, but he was able to make a return back into Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Now, looking at these two teams that match up, this is going to be an electric series if it does come down to it. Looking at last year, the Boston Celtics did have the best record in the NBA at over 64 wins, and they did still keep their nucleus and team together to go on for that potential repeat. The OKC Thunder, they brought in Alex Caruso, they brought in Hartenstein. So those are the kind of the new moves putting into their nucleus. There's going to be question marks if Chet is going to run the 4 or run the 5 this season. If Lou Dort's going to come off the bench to be that potential 6-man. But we're going to see how these two teams are going to match up. It's going to be quick pace when you come to OKC. The Boston Celtics as well will play more kind of in that half-court set coming down to the finals in the NBA playoffs. Now, looking into the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics are deep, right? They're around 11, 12 deep within their team. They have a great foundation. They were durable last season. And during this season, they're pretty much, there's no question marks within this team of what they can do offensively, defensively, their depth. Proven coaching now with Joe Mazzulla. And pretty much with them winning the championship last season, we did see now Jaylen Brown, who's going to take that next leap as that quote-unquote superstar in the league. You did have Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Jason Tatum got the gold medal in the Olympics for winning for Team USA. So adding more to their confidence, that looks good for Boston, I'm not going to lie. The only question mark I did have with the Celtics last season was basically they were a team that would blow a lot of leads, and it could range around 15 to 20 points, and they could blow those leads, and there wasn't that true quote-unquote alpha dog who's going to lead them to the promised land. Now, the good thing is someone from that team can have a bad game like Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, and someone like Drew Holiday can give you 25 points, in a finals game, like in Game 2 or such. Or, Porzingis could come in Game 1 out of nowhere and give you like over 20 points or so, and you're good. So they do have that safety net, which is good for the Boston Celtics. But the downfall is a lot of these teams do catch up to these other teams after a season if they won a championship. And if Boston's going to have those same patterns, it's going to be a question mark for me to see if they're that quote-unquote resilient to have that top dog they can lead. Jason Tatum's proven he's not that guy. Jaylen Brown is pretty much kind of somewhat proven that a bit, but he's more chill and laid back, nonchalant. But you do have a lot of weapons on this team. This could be Al Horford's last season. Drew Holiday's around 34 years of age, kind of getting up there as a guard. Something kind of along those matters of line. But going against the OKC Thunder, who are young, energized, who are entering their prime, this could be a similar situation like in 2012 when the OKC Thunder with Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook went against the Miami Heat, to where we saw that Thunder team as a young team, around 4 or 5 years kind of in the league within those young guys, and they're able to make that finals appearance. I could see this with the Thunder on this end. I do know that they're going to be somewhat matched up on the defensive end with the Boston Celtics. So you're going to have a starting lineup of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, At the 2, I expect Alex Caruso, who plays like a Derek White. At the 3, Jalen Williams. At the 4, I expect Chet Holmgren to run the 4, and then 5, Isaiah Hartenstein. They may go the other way of just bringing in Lou Dort and then put Hartenstein off the bench to kind of run a little more smaller, more wing depth, and having a Chet at the 5 to go against Porzingis. These last few years have been the years pretty much of parity in the NBA, with new NBA championships and new NBA champions the last 6-7 years or so. And that pretty much has been the direction of the NBA. A lot of young teams have been catching up. They're able to play against each other, and as well as to catch up and adapt towards the game. Boston's in a great situation as right now, a quote-unquote powerhouse. Should be the favorites come out of the East. Will be a great competition if they go against the New York Knicks if healthy, and the other teams as well. The Oklahoma City Thunder are going to have to go against a deep Western Conference, against the Mavericks, against the Wolves, against the Nuggets, and some surprising teams may come up there as well. Overall, I know majority is probably going to say the Boston Celtics to win the series. I don't blame you. I see the cases for it. But I'm going to have to just predict beginning of the season. I'm going to go with the Oklahoma City Thunder winning the series in 6 games. Potentially, they're going to be on the road, so they're going to have to steal one in Boston, which is very viable to easily happen within there. Again, it's early in the NBA season. There's going to be a lot more trades. Players are going to get waived. Then OKC has an abundant amount of draft picks, which I expect during the season they can fill in those draft picks if they want to go quote-unquote all in. I see a team in the Western Conference taking it all. The East hasn't really proven much to me. The only 2 teams I expect to come out of the East are the Celtics and Knicks. But the Knicks still have a lot of holes. They have to fix their bench, their depth, and there's injuries. The Celtics are just kind of more of a lackadaisical team. But I don't know. I can see them easily in the finals. And to go against either a hungry Thunder team, maybe even a Mavericks or Wolves. As OKC right now, I'm going to go with Oklahoma City Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to have good contention to take that MVP. I believe it's either going to be him or Luka Doncic going across with there. So I'm going to go with the Thunder. Let's see what happens in this season, okay?